everybody.
Hello.
Happy Wednesday, depending on where you are. If y'all can mute your phones, mute your lines, that would be great. Let's see. My name is Manon Bays, and it is an absolute pleasure and distinct joy to be on this call every Wednesday with these amazing mamas all around the world. Literally, we have people from Australia, the Gold Coast, Brisbane, and then we also have people from the UK, and all through the United States. And what I really love about this is that we all are just impacting our own families and then impacting our worlds around us. And yet we're all on the same mission, and it's so amazing to just see that, the unity of what we have. And I just love it so much. I'm going to back up. My name is Manon Bays, and I've been with the Juice Plus company now for 5 years. And and I'm a mom on a mission. That's what I am. I'm here to help my own family get healthy, and then also my community. And my community is getting bigger and bigger every time. The Juice Plus company, I just want to go through the product really quickly. What is it? It's so simple and straightforward. May I ask you a question? Do you know if fruits and vegetables are good for you? Can we get some nods or bobbles, right? You know? Here in the United States, they say that, and I'm sure it's around the world, but you're supposed to get 7 to 13 servings of fruits and veg every day. And who does that, right? I mean, any hands here? It's like it's almost impossible. And if you're an athlete, you're supposed to get upwards of 18 servings of fruits and veg a day. And it's like, how does that happen? I mean, and that's not an aerobic schedule, right? Like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, it's supposed to be 7 days a week. And that's what I love about this, because the way to get 30 different fruits, veg, and berries in your diet on a daily basis. And I call it foundational nutrition, because it bridges the gap between what we do eat, whatever that happens to be, and what we should eat. And I literally call it foundational nutrition. It doesn't matter if we are, you know, a vegan or a vegetarian or a pescatarian or a paleo diet or whatever it is, right? I mean, this is foundational nutrition. I mean, that's what it is, fruits and veg, right? It's not a trend. It's not a fad. It's our basic stuff that goes into our body. And what's really amazing is that we can also get it for our children, or adult children who don't like to swallow capsules. And those are the chewies here. And that children get it for free. The other thing that I love about our products is another gap is we're supposed to eat about 5 to 6 different meals a day, little meals throughout the day, so that our blood sugar is nice and steady, and we're never hangry, and we're smiling and happy, and our brain is working really well. But the average person gets about 1 to 2 meals in a day, right? And they fill it in with sugars and with caffeine and whatnot. And so that's what I love about our shakes, right? We have chocolates and vanillas. And for a really nominal cost, you can bridge a gap where for 3-4 hours, your blood sugar to your brain is really slow energy released, and you have great energy, and you think, well, I mean, how many of you out there as moms feel like you need that good energy to get you through the day, right? And you're not bopping around from caffeine high to caffeine high. And that's what impressed me. So I'd like to just share with you my story, and then I'm going to move into some other stories about what happened here. So about 6 years ago, Lauren Slocum, she called me and said, hey, I have something for you. And I said, wow. She told me a little bit about it, and it really made sense to me. And I said, you know, I'm a little busy right now. I'm going to give birth tomorrow. And I started taking the products, and it instantly made sense to me, right? Fruits and vegetables, and I knew the process that they were using. And I was like, wow, why didn't I think of this? And as an athlete, and then all of it just made sense to me, right? And all of a sudden, I was like, wow, I started sharing it with people because I felt so good. I was literally, I felt was sleeping better at night, even with a newborn. I was losing all my baby weight. I was never hangry. I was happy. And my fingernails and my teeth and my hair and everything just was growing like crazy. So I just naturally started sharing with people, and just naturally started attracting people in my community. Like, what do you do? They said, I want some of that. And so then naturally my business just started growing, and I called Lauren and said, hey, Lo, what is this business? I mean, what is the power of this business? And then that's, where it went from there. And I realized what the community is, and how we're just moms across the world doing the same thing of impacting our families. It's like concentric circles, right? You start with your family as a heart. And then you get bigger and bigger and bigger, right? With your community, your town, touching lives across the world. Now I have customers and hopefully new teammates in Denmark and the UK and Australia. And it's amazing to me and I just really love that. So, and it's this community that I wanted to share with everybody. So what I'd love to do is, and I'm so sorry, and a little bit about my background, okay? I have a master's in medicine, and I worked in the ER, OBGYN, hospital-based medicine for years, and I really loved helping and serving other people. And I literally went home every day just knowing that I had helped somebody, right? And it really made me feel good inside. But what I didn't love about my job, and it got worse when I became a mom, was that I had to choose every month which 2 weekends I wanted to work. And I don't want to work any weekends, right? Because I was missing my baby growing up. And then I also had to choose, did I want to work Christmas or New Year's or Thanksgiving? And I didn't want to work any of those holidays. I wanted to experience those joyous moments with my daughter and our family. And so the pain got pretty big. And when I sat down with Lauren and said, tell me more about this opportunity, I literally was like, my eyes got so big, like, oh my gosh, really? You mean I can be a mom and not pay 80% of my salary to my nanny, and then I can contribute to my home? So now I've more than replaced my income coming in from the hospital, and I get to take care of my little baby girl, just picked her up from school. And I'm so happy about my future because I'm a part of a community of like-minded moms who are impacting families and communities of helping them take healthy back. And I feel like I've been able to live the life I want to live on my terms. And it feels so amazing. And on that note, I would really like to introduce our first mama, who's another mama on a mission. She's from Australia. And she's just a heart of gold. She's amazing. She's one of the reasons why this community is so strong. And she has a phenomenal story, a health story, which also shows her passion of why she started sharing this. And she's just a beautiful mama. So Chrissy, would you please step in and share your story?
Oh, what a lovely introduction. Thank you. So the product came into my life when my little man was about 6 weeks old. My daughter was 4 at the time, and she was that beautiful snotty child that kept her whites beside her bed to crust her face in the morning. And I was a zombie mum. You know, we teach our kids to share, but she'd shared that cold with my son. So here I was trying to balance newborn, breastfeeding, a sick child and a sick baby. And I was like, I'd had enough. So the product came into my life and it made sense. I'm a nurse. So coming from that medical background, I had a look at the research and it blew my mind. So I said yes straight away. Within about 5 weeks, my husband said to me, all right, you've got way too much energy. I want what you've got. And he was that guy that drank, those 2 big energy drinks a day. And here he was jealous of my energy. So he jumped on the product as well. I went back to my gorgeous friend who introduced it to me. And that's when she introduced the business to me. And my life has never been the same. So for me to be able to share this product and this opportunity with people is, that's what gets me up every morning. Myself, I suffered with eczema, so I lost all the pigmentation in my skin and I'd have to apply steroid cream. I don't anymore. I suffered with anxiety and depression. My anxiety was so bad that, going to the shops was a big deal. And as a mum, that's not what you want your children to see. My biggest health revelation is I have an autoimmune disease that affects my thyroid, and I was suffering with that condition, but it wasn't diagnosed until I'd already been on the product for 6 months. And what that is muscle fatigue, weight gain, hair loss, the anxiety, and I was diagnosed, but I wasn't suffering with any of those symptoms anymore, and I haven't had to go on medication for the rest of my life. My little man is now 18 months old, and since we've been on the product, none of my kids have been to the doctor. He's only been for his shots and checkups, but raising a child on the product has been so much different to before. So for me, the business, when I looked into that, even more so than the research, it blew my mind and it instantly made sense. And for me to be able to help other mamas do the same, when my daughter was little, my husband worked Monday to Friday, I worked Wednesday to Sunday, so we didn't have to put her in daycare more than 3 days a week, but that left us no time to enjoy these moments and what we were creating with our income. And now my son doesn't go to daycare. I'm at home at lunch with my husband. You know, all of these amazing things that this opportunity has given me. And, you know, as mums, we wear the mum hat, I wore the nurse hat, but I get to put on that boss mama hat and help other mums do the same. So for me, the product, it's given me my life back, but the business has given me the means to live it.
Oh, Chrissy, that's just amazing. I literally was getting goosebumps hearing your story because it's true. I mean, you bring up so many good points. I mean, it just, to resonate with what you're saying, my daughter is 7 years old. She's in 2nd grade, and she's also been on the, she's a Juice Plus baby. She's never missed a day of school for being sick. And and people, it's so true. I mean, it's just, she's had health days that I've let her stay home from school, but it's not, you know, it's so true. And then what you're saying too about taking your life back, of being a nurse. And as a nurse, I mean, we love to help people, right? I mean, you understand that, but also being able to help people on a bigger impact with what we do, and sharing and empowering other mamas to do the same, and finding our voices again. You bring up so many amazing points. And I didn't, you know, and also, well, I'll just say that I also have an autoimmune. I have a thyroid autoimmune, and I just went off my medicine 6 months ago. It's unbelievable. My doctor can't friggin' believe it. He's just like, how are you off your meds? And I'm like, Juice Plus, da, 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 da. Anyway, I just love that. So the next, you know, that's a really perfect segue into our next person, Mary Beth. She is another amazing mama. She's a kick-ass mama. She's way intellectual, and she actually helps people. She reads people's bloods, where it tells you what's healthy. I mean, because the blood never lies. It'll tell you what's going on in your body. And when she saw it was, and I don't want to steal her story, but she's so passionate about, because of, and she was a naysayer. She's one of the biggest critics. She'll tell you herself, right? But when she saw what was happening to herself and her own body and her family, it just blew her away. So I just get so excited about her story that I want to share. But she's also a huge mom, huge mama, huge heart. Not a huge mom. She has a huge heart. She's an amazing mama, and I just love you to bits. Go ahead, take it away, MB. You're muted, honey. Here, I'll unmute you.
I better unmute. It helps to unmute. I know I'm getting, I can sell this product. I just don't know how to like put my phone. Anyway, hi everybody. I'm Mary Beth, and I live in Palm Desert, California, a gorgeous, gorgeous environment to live. And today, I don't have a huge Juice Plus story. You know why? Because this business is simple. It's easy. You don't have to be a health practitioner. I am one. I'm a nutritional microscopist. I look at blood under the microscope. I see gorgeous blood. I see dirty blood. But the point is that anyone can use that dialogue, because we're either in or out of balance. And the cool thing about Juice Plus, to me, number one is the community. The community worldwide is beyond extraordinary for me, because it doesn't matter if I'm in the same line or lineage as someone else. We're all, number one, on this call, moms on a mission, number one. And number two, we are people, human beings, inspiring healthy living worldwide. And to me, if that doesn't jazz your heart every freaking day, I don't know what can, okay? Another thing about Juice Plus that I love is the product. Here it is sitting right here. I have my greens, reds, and purples. It's easy. I mean, you don't have to sit and go, here's the woo-woo product of the day, the month, the year. This, who doesn't need more fruits, vegetables, and berries? Every human being on the planet. So I signed up with Juice Plus about 6 years ago. And I got in and I was like, okay, but my heart was still resting heavy from a bad experience from a company. And I allowed disempowering beliefs to live in my heart and soul. And I believed in different messages of this company. I wasn't ready. Guess what? I made it a must to be at that boot camp. I just put on my seatbelt and said, yes, I'm stepping up. Enough playing small in my life. And I went to that boot camp, and I will never look back. So today, what I'm going to share with you beautiful mamas worldwide. I created this, and I don't know if you can see it, but I can post it later. It says MB, that's my initials. Health equals rest, less stress, exercise, drinking lots more water, smiling, cutting back on sugar if no sugar. And I know none of you guys can relate to the sugar thing. Breathe, breathing deeply. Okay, here's my Breathe Rock. I have it right here. Love my Breathe Rock. And friendships, which is my Juice Plus community, and also Juice Plus. And Lauren talks a lot about the everyday rituals, and that's, this is part of I embrace life, and this is what I look at every day. The next thing that I'm going to recommend to my fellow moms is to create a community map. Okay? You can put any symbol in the middle, a heart, a stick figure, a photo of yourself. And what I recommend for people on my team to do is to draw arrows and think of every community in your life that you're connected to, whether it be at your church, your spiritual belief system, your schools, your kids, wherever, and create this beautiful community map. And then you go and you start targeting that community. And to me, that inspires me. Even if I get the no, I already eat enough vegetables. You hear this, right, you guys? And it's okay, because I've got this huge community map and it's filled with thousands of people. So I created this little community map system. I love it. And I hope it inspires you, because we don't realize how many freaking people we're connected to on the planet. One of my little groups is my yoga community. I do Bikram. One of it's where I went to high school. So you can keep thinking. I mean, I don't know how old you are. I'm probably older than most people on this call. But you can think of communities in your grocery store. That's a community. Trader Joe's is a community. Anyway, I love Juice Plus. I love the community most of all. And I'm passionate about being successful in this company, because I do have a little bit of competitive edge inside me. And I want it all like yesterday. That's the New Yorker in me. So I appreciate being asked to speak on this call. It means the world to me to be connected to you guys. So thank you. Love you all.
Oh, thank you so much, MB. I really appreciate it. She's just smashed it to VF. She's well on her next position here. Just doing a great job. And she does talk about the community, and that's what I wanted to just bring around. It's like, here we're all moms, right? We're all moms on a mission, and we're really empowering our communities to help take healthy back. And it's so simple. It's just fruits and vegetables. And I love this is from our dear friend Luke Wren, who says, he says, so do you understand that fruits and vegetables are good for you? Right? I mean, how many can nod? How many can say, yeah, I mean, it's just really, that's what it comes down to. And then really helping people and bring them into a community because they're looking for that. And I would love to just segue to the next person, Sally. She's from the UK. She's a beautiful soul. She's a mama. She was a single mama when this business came into her life when it was a tough time. And it really was like a wonderful balloon that came into her life and just lifted her up. And that really speaks about the community. But Sally has a beautiful story about what the product has done for her as well as the business. So I'd love her to just share a bit about, before Juice Plus, what made sense since Juice Plus, and what you're so excited about, Sally. So please take it away, my love.
Oh, thank you so much. And hi, everybody. And, I too, like, Mary Beth, are honoured and Chrissy to be asked to come on the call. And it's very late here in the UK and it's very cold. But you know what? I am always so blessed that this product found me, I think, really. And because I was having a really tough time, my marriage had broken down and I was accused by my former husband that I wasn't feeding my kids properly because we went to McDonald's twice in 1 week and one of them was only for a McFlurry. And I thought, okay, well, rather than react, I will proact. And I'd heard my dear friend Linda Clark, she minded me about a business that she wanted to talk to me about some 2 years prior to it, all about fruits and vegetables in a capsule. And just like, oh my God, no, I'm really not interested. And then I remembered her telling me about it, and I thought, I wonder if that woman's still going, I just remembered her being at school. And so anyway, I emailed her at 3 o'clock in the morning and said, right, I want to know a bit more about what you were talking about. So previous to that, my children, all three of them, had paternal eczema from my former husband's side of the family. Not that I'm blaming him, but it was always on his father's side. And I used to have to wet wrap them every night with steroid creams and wrap wet bandages around them, emollients, and I had to keep their fingernails really, really cut down to nothing to the skin, because they used to scratch and make the wounds bleed, and so then they'd get infected, then they'd have to be on antibiotics. My daughter had rosacea in her skin as well, so people used to think when we went overseas to Europe that she was burnt, and she wasn't, and I wouldn't burn my children. We're back to Australia, and so we really had a tough time, but we started. I had IBS from the age of 3. I'm now 48, so I'd had 45 years of my life not being able to go to the toilet, and so started taking the products. Within 2 weeks, my children's skins just vanished. It was incredible, and so I couldn't think, well, gosh, and the doctors used to say to me, oh, they'll grow out of it, and because I had them so close together, it just vanished. It was just bizarre, and my eyes started to go to the toilet, and when Linda rang me up to see how I was going on with the products, I just said, no, it's not great for the kids, but it's not working for me, because I can't stop going to the toilet. But because I was so programmed for the 45 years of my life, sometimes going up to 7 days without going to the toilet, if I went overseas, it was even longer. So I just, and I said, I can't stop going to the toilet. I'm going every day. Something's wrong. And she's like, no, that's brilliant. So she really did follow up with me and inspire me and kept me going, and and literally to the toilet as well. So I have a hair and beauty salon. I've been in that industry for all my working career, and so I'd spent so much of my time listening to my clients and their ailments and depression, and I just said, how can I sell this in my shop? And she said, well, yeah, you don't have to have orders in the salon. You don't have to have an opening order of maybe, for example, we stock GHDs in the salon. And when I opened the order for that product, it cost me like £2,000 to have all the stock in. So I was then thinking to have the salon stocked out with JP, it was going to cost me thousands. And she said, no, £65 as it was then. And I said, what is that, a day or a week or what? And she said, no, that's it. Just have to do it every year and it gets cheaper, and so I just thought, oh my God, I'm so busy, I'm a single parent, sign me up, I've got time to be reading the papers, and so we signed up, and I got to National Marketing Director within just over 14 months. But the crucial point was that my former husband tried to get me out of our family home, and I have the most beautiful house, and it was only, and I swear, Lord, that Linda found this product, found me, and I qualified for qualifying national marketing director. Literally about the time that I was going to lose my home with the children, and I couldn't afford to stay here. But it was only the fact that that bonus came in at the crucial time when I had to prove to the mortgage lenders that I could afford to live here. So when I sent my bank statements in, Jay Martin was over from America, he was over in the UK, and I spoke to him about it, and he told me how to download the wage thing off the virtual office. I didn't even know how to do that. I just said to Linda, tell me what to do, I'm going, and I helped as many people as I possibly could, and we did. We managed to stay in our family home, and I'm still here now. I've had the day off I've just, my daughters are off from college today, so we've been out for lunch with my mum. It costs quite a lot of money and we can afford it. So that's it. That's me.
Sally,
Yeah.
that's phenomenal. Gosh, it's such a good story, about saving your home to just actually understanding what a new normal is. If nobody likes to talk about it, but pooping regularly is important, and I really appreciate you being so honest, because it's true. It's such an important thing. And it's, and just, how your kids are doing well, and how life is just looking different, and I would really love to wrap this call up with one more person. Is another dear friend from Australia. She's just a beautiful mama. I literally, when I look at all of your faces, and the ones that I don't know yet, because you're not, I hope you're enjoying the calls. But this woman, she just, talk about really living your dreams and wanting to bring your family together and bring in developing community, and what this product and then this company has created, and what she's created by using the tools given to her. She's coachable. She's a beautiful soul. She's a mom on a mission. And Melanie, would you please share and wrap up this call for us? Would you do that, please?
Definitely. Thank you, Manon. It's always a rock star introduction. So for those of you that don't know me, my name's Melanie Brandt, and I'm a qualified national marketing director with the Juice Plus company. And Juice Plus came into my life at a time where I was time poor, I wasn't eating right, I traded time for dollars, and I paid someone to raise my children. So really, I guess I was run down. I was tired. My kids were sick all the time. I was sick all the time, and I was struggling. So when the product came into my life, it made sense, but I was so time poor that I didn't pursue anything with it. And I kept going on with the daily grind and, entering the rat race every day. And it wasn't until about 4 months down the track, where I was sick and tired of being sick and tired, I knew that something had to change. And my partner at the time worked on the mines. So for us, it meant that we saw him 5 days every 5 weeks. And that's what life looked like for us. So after baby number 2, when by the time she was 2 years old, we had realized that she had seen her dad 11 weeks of her life. That's what life looked like for us. And, it was at that moment where I had no idea that the Juice Plus business was as powerful as what I've seen up until now. And, it was at that moment that I just knew that something had to change, and it was up to me to make that change. And I jumped into the business and I had no idea what I was doing, but I knew that this product could impact so many people. And I knew a couple of mamas, Chrissy was one of them, who, you know what, you would be amazing in this business because you're always helping people and you have that mission-driven soul inside of you. So that's how the business got shared in the early days. And my why was to bring my partner home from the mines. He missed out on everything, as did I. And, my dream was to spend my days with my kids and, be that mum that was at the coffee shop with her friends enjoying life. But I still wanted to be powerful and successful, and I wanted to contribute. And, the Juice Plus business has given me all of that. So, this was 22 months ago now that my journey got started, and I rocketed through the business, and I still didn't know what I was doing. But, I just knew that it felt right. For the first time in my life, I was waking up, fired up, ready to go, excited, and so pumped for the people I hadn't even met yet. I remember Jess, who brought me into the business, saying to me, "Oh my God, Mel, the people whose lives you're going to impact, you haven't even met yet." And that really excited me and fueled my fire. And, 22 months on, February is the month that this team takes out National Marketing Director, which is the top position in the company. And what that allowed me to do 6 months into the business was say to my partner, "You know what, you can come home and work now." So life changed for us only 6 months into the business. 8 months into the business, you know, I had completely replaced every full-time wage I'd ever had by a large amount. And, you know, 12 months into the business, it saw me at the second top position in the company. And it was only a few months after that that my partner lost his job. And for the first time in our life, we didn't even stress. I think we actually went and got a penthouse suite for the weekend because I was like, you know what, I've got this. I have your back. I can take control of the household. I can financially cover what we have going on. And it was the most empowering feeling of, I've done it. You know, I've been able to create something from nothing just by impacting people's lives. And the friendships that I've made are mind-blowing. You know, the connections, to be able to be connected to Chrissy every single day. You know, when she was that person on my chicken list, she was that person I didn't even want to talk to. You know, I knew she would be amazing, but I really didn't want to have that conversation, you know, and to now be able to watch her grow and shine and overcome challenges and be the best person that she can possibly be and see her showing up in such an amazing way. You know, that lights me up every single day. As much as, you know what, it's empowering to be able to be now a single mama and paying my own bills and still, you know, flying to America in 8 weeks or something and, you know, still having all these plans and smashing these goals. That's empowering. But to watch my closest friends and the people I love and care about do the same for themselves is just mind-blowing. So this business is life-changing. It just takes that yes. It takes the attitude of, you know what, I'm going to jump off the cliff and I'm going to grow my wings on the way down, hopefully. And you know what? You do. You really, really do, because the community's there to catch you when you fall. They're there to bring you up on a bad day, you know, and they're there to show you and believe in you on days that you can't even for yourself. So such an amazing journey. And, you know, I don't think there's anyone within this business that could deny what we get to see every single day. So thank you for having us on this call. And these stories just are mind-blowing every single week.
Oh, Mel, thank you so much for sharing. All four of you, just such a gracious, I mean, you bring up so many good points. I'm sitting here taking little notes down, and it's true. I mean, our community to really, the community becomes a wind beneath your wings. I mean, and we all fill each other up and lift each other up. And, you know, I recognize a lot of faces on this call, and the ones that I don't, I have to ask the one question. All I see is beauty and greatness and grace out there. And I hope that just from this call that you go look in the mirror and go get to see the greatness that I see within each of you. So on that note, I'd love to I hope you have a great week. I can't wait to see you all next week. And ciao. Bye, everybody. Be mamas. Go change the world.